Hey everyone, welcome back to your new favorite Schizo Rant channel. Today we are talking about grown men acting like children on the internet. It's nothing new, but I can get views off it, so why not? Today we're going to be talking about Schoolboy9, but if he was selling awful energy drinks to your kids and shitty meals. But if there were 3 of them, any more and I would consider that half a Hollywood. But yes, today we are talking about KSI, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast. Within the past month, these 3 morons showed off their new product, LUNCHLYS, a ripoff to Lunchables. Now me personally, I wouldn't eat both of these pieces of shit, but if I had to choose, of course any sensible person would agree that Lunchables is the only reasonable choice here. And even then, Asmongold, dare I say this fucking bozo's name, actually went on stream and compared the two, and it turns out it's just the same fucking thing. Now, I know I should probably go out and form my own opinion on it, but that would mean I'd have to give these guys my money, and that's something I really don't want to do. So, for the sake of my health and wallet, which I think is the most important, copying and pasting someone else's opinion is my only option. Moving on. So after showing off this shit, the man himself, DANTDM, responded, by the way, once, by calling them out for their predatory behavior, which thousands agreed with. I mean, would you trust 3 weirdos giving your kids so-called real food? Nah, I wouldn't too. But Dan responded by saying, quote, "What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff to the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? By selling crap to kids who don't know any better than to trust the people who are selling it to them? Do better." To which I agree with. And before we get into the responses of these people, I just want to blurt out something really quick. I think that people can sell things, not saying that they can't, but I also think it depends on what the person is selling that makes sense. Like if a YouTuber is selling something as simple as a shirt or a hoodie, I think that's chill and reasonable. I don't see how that could possibly be a bad thing. But YouTubers in recent years have been moving on to even more products that I would say are a little bit riskier. For instance, the example of this Prime bullshit, or even something like Vanoss's earbuds, or even his speakers, or the bathwater incident of 2018. But recently, some YouTubers have been pushing it, making brands based off themselves, something that like Feastables, or even shit like LUNCHLYS. Very egotistical, if you ask me. I mean, hell, these 3 had the audacity to name it similarly to Lunchables. They couldn't even come up with a better name, let alone product idea. It's just straight up a clone to Lunchables. But back to the responses. First off, we have PDP. You're probably wondering what that stands for. Oh, it's simple. It stands for pedophile, for the way he's been attracting to kids recently. So he responded by calling DANTDM's merch crap, which is heavily ironic, and all you could see here are U2's figures and 2 Tube Hero toys based off DANTDM, which is heavily fucking ironic because KSI has a bunch of his own U2's figures and his own Tube Hero toy as well. So when he tweeted this, everyone just got on his ass right away, responding in his comments, posting photos of his very own products that he sold to kids. And one thing I want to get straight here is that these Tube Hero toys are over 10 years old, which makes me wonder why he even brought them up, as if he hasn't had one too. And speaking of which, these are just toys. They aren't so-called food items that heavily affect the kids' growth and mental health. Continuing on, KSI has been coping ever since that tweet because he's made many more, still trying to mock Dan, but it continues to backfire over and over again. This guy is a bigger cuck than Adam22. His next tweet goes and brings up a video Dan did 9 fucking years ago about a mystery box that contained candies from all over the globe, which, by the way, this was on his 2nd channel and it was only a one-off thing, because he's never made any more videos about it, compared to how these fags brag and advertise the living fuck out of this Jarati equivalent they call of a drink. His next tweet was a response to what that one bald retard posted, just copying and pasting what Dan said, trying to justify what he's been selling. And after that, the rest of his tweets were trying to get people to listen to his new song, which he definitely stole the flow of another song, whilst trying to defend himself from the community notes, and he fails every single time. It's kind of funny. And before we end this off with KSI, yeah, I'd be embarrassed too if my brother posted a video like this.
Hey baby, my name's Comedy Schultz Gamer.
Not a good look for them, huh? Update: while writing this video, this fat forehead fuck made even more tweets riding his dick. Next, we have Mr. Silent Hill, the way he wanders around foggy forest and finds dead bodies, but instead of searching for his wife, he's searching for content. LP, also known as Local Pedophile, has made a response to trying to say that people have the right to build brands. And he's not wrong, but when your advertising gets so desperate to the point where you're making a LUNCHLYS ad at your kid's birth, I think that just says something about you. I mean, what the fuck? Imagine growing up and finding out your birth was just an ad for a shitty Lunchables competitor. Yeah, I'd kill myself too, like the guy in that forest. I wouldn't be surprised if his son ended up like that guy in the forest in just a few years. And as for Mr. Beast's response, it was just him trying to convince everyone that LUNCHLYS is healthier than Lunchables and justifying the product just because millions of people eat Lunchables. Honestly, I think that Mr. Beast has had the tamest response to all of this, and he hasn't done anything crazy with the advertising or harassing like Logan Paul or KSI. But I still think it's fucking stupid that he got bothered to respond in the first place, and also the fact that he had to team up with these two inbreds of humans. I mean, this guy doesn't have a good look on him either, considering the bunch of stuff that has happened to him in the past months, not only with Chris Tyson, but also the fact that he's currently getting sued right now. And as for LUNCHLYS, that thing is a piece of shit. Apparently someone opened up a brand new box of it, and already the cheese was molded. And that's what they're trying to feed to your kids over something that actually lasts longer in the box. There's no way that the fans of any of these three YouTubers can even defend everything that they're doing right now. There's no way that people are buying this to feed to their kids and not trying to compare if it's better or not. But all evidence so far is showing that LUNCHLYS is just shit compared to Lunchables, which I'm not surprised at the fact that it is. But as Dan said, all of this is just for the sake of making even more money. You'd think that Logan would have enough with all the shit Maverick merch he made and the crypto scam that he did a while back. To be honest, there was a kid in my old middle school who wore that Maverick merch bullshit, and you know what me and my friends did every day? We fucking bullied him for having that shit, until one day he admitted he didn't even want it anymore. I guess he couldn't afford a new backpack, but why the fuck would you choose Maverick merch as your backpack in the first place? That's honestly embarrassing. I'm happy that that kid is doing better for himself now, but holy shit. I was out there saving lives while Logan was trying to ruin them for kids. Funny enough, Logan got sued a few years ago for selling merch under the Maverick name after the whole Forest incident because both the companies shared the same name. Even just recently, these guys decided to drop off a shitload of Prime instead of water to the people of the South after that devastating hurricane hit and destroyed billions of dollars worth of land, homes, and cars. Just another attempt at a marketing stunt to try to convince people that Prime is on the good guy's side. Society is just going downhill, and these three are just contributing to it. And in that case, I gotta get the hell out of here.